Does it hurt if he bites me? Now we have 13 squirrels. I can't get them off of me. He kicked me right in the chest there. Do you see that? Oh, skip it up. Little Biggerton. And the snowy egret is doing very well. Look at his little tongue. Not quite sure if he wants to. Oh, okay, there it is. Good morning, everybody. Today would be a day for old Uncle Ben to make a post. But old Uncle Ben's been up every night, all night for the last 3 nights, getting no sleep at all. But at least this house looks nice, and the old house is now completely converted into an office. These little dinguses survived 3 cold nights here with minimal shelter. They were pretty dumb about finding a warm place to sleep. But as you can see, the cappies are all alive, or at least 3 of them are. I see 3 of them. I was told by my buddies that because Patrick is from Texas and his family line is from Texas, he is fine with withstanding the winters here. But these cappies are doing great here. They survived. They survived 3 nights of going down to freezing temperatures. And little Patrick was sleeping out here with them. Now this is open so that these guys can be up here. And Patrick just hops up on the porch whenever he wants to. If Patrick wants, he can follow me in here. There's broccoli on the ground, but the tortoises are just kind of walking around in here. When Patrick walks on the vinyl, that's when he starts to slip. But now that he's a bit older, he's a little bit better at not slipping on the vinyl. Come on, buddy, get out of here. It's time to take this little boy to All Things Wild. Also going to be taking this little boy finally so he can be with some other con-specifics. Master Oogway's under there for some reason. Go ahead and let Big Ounce hop out, and then I'll just put him right over here by this broccoli. This is food for him. Precious little Biggerton. What a perfect little man. But this little guy here is finally ready to be with some other squirrels. And I can't keep him here any longer because the longer he stays with me, the more friendly with people he's going to be. And even though he's just a squirrel and it's not the end of the world if he's friendly, we want him to be able to fit in well with other squirrels in the wild. But look at this. Patrick's so good at jumping down here now. And although it makes me sad, I want what's best for this little fella. So I'm also taking him to All Things Wild today because he can be an educational ambassador for them. Even if he's a little too old to be wild now. If you guys are new to the channel, he was raised by a woman illegally. He's very, very friendly now, so he's not going to be able to go back into the wild. Get in there, boy. Get in there, boy. But now we got this little guy, we got the raccoon, and it's time to go to Austin. And look how happy Biggerton is in here, you guys. He's got this whole place to crawl around and a ton of different places to sleep. Bye, Big Ounce. Enjoy your new house. Okay, we got a raccoon, a squirrel, and a fox all loaded up. I'm going to go pick up a vulture, I think, and then we'll be headed down to All Things Wild. So right off the bat, we gave the injured fox from the last video anesthesia so we could give her an x-ray, and this duck with the broken beak from the older videos is doing really well. And now she's able to quack and eat dry food all on her own. Dare I say, garbanzo beans white? But after the fox was under anesthesia, we went ahead and gave her an x-ray, and we couldn't find any issues with the spine. But then we noticed that she was covered head to toe in fleas. And after we started treating her for them, they all started coming out. So it's likely that she was just really dehydrated and sick with flea anemia. Thankfully, I only had her in the house for 1 night before I transferred her. Meanwhile, there were about 20 squirrels that all needed to go into a pre-release enclosure, and there wasn't enough room at the center. And we're gonna have to get this same setup before next year. After that, I helped change the water for this injured turtle, and Ian gave me a hands-on lesson on wrangling raccoons before release. I mean, just kidding. This is me doing this all by myself. As you can see, that's me doing this by myself without any help at all. Yeah, you didn't need any help. But yours had longer sleeve. What? Oh, I have my own gloves in the car. Does it hurt if he bites me? But I don't even want to. Bro. It's the other ones that scare me, you know? If they all figured out how to put in a concerted effort. And even though these were all bottle babies at one point, they're still raccoons.
That one's dangerously close to your face, bro.
Look at this little goober. Bro, I missed that. I had one too. You just jumped on him. You can get this one. And while some of you guys may think this method is harsh, it's honestly one of the most ideal ways to give these guys a healthy fear of humans before their release. It's also fair to mention these guys are probably a little too big to be hand catching. But they made it in the carrier safely without any injuries, and they're ready to go to the wild. Meanwhile, we put the squirrel that I dropped off with another squirrel that had a little bit of social anxiety. And after they get a bit bigger, we can move them outside with the rest. Also, turns out Big Ounce has a long-distance goth GF. Daffodil is their educational ambassador skunk that has a big crush on Big Ounce, apparently. But now our little fox is parasite-free and warming up nicely to her new enclosure. But that was 2 days ago, and the fox is now doing very well. And the squirrel that we dropped off is now in very loving, capable hands. All right, everybody. Now we have 13 squirrels. I came with 1, and we're leaving with 13. All right, everybody. I'm back at the house now, and now that we don't have a raccoon in here, we can house 13 squirrels. I'm gonna clean this water out in a second. I might dump that one, but I think they can swim pretty well. But this is everything they need for now. I'm gonna create some more hides in here for them in a second. Come on, children, get on out of here. There they go. All right, there's all the squirrels. But as you guys can see, they're already crawling around, and there's no way that they can get out because of the wire that I have here. This is actually the perfect place for these little fellas. This guy won't come out, so I'm gonna leave him here. And I also need to let out these little fellows. Oh my goodness, look at all these little tails.
Let's go.
We got one crawling on me. Uh-oh. Oh no, you guys. Oh, he's gonna bite my ear. Okay, aside from this one right now, these little guys are gonna be fine in here. I'm just gonna leave these cages open. I'll put the hoodie up. Oh, come on, get out.
Get out.
Oh, he's not gonna get out, guys. Oh no. Okay, well, he's stuck in there. Oh, get off of me. This dang thing won't get off, you guys. I can't get him off of me. This one might have been loved on a little too much when he was little. Okay, so some of them are a little bit friendlier than others, obviously. But now we've got these other ones that are very comfortable up here. They're gonna learn how to climb. They did not have the ability to climb before. And now we have tons of these little guys, and they're gonna be nice and wild. And the whole point of a pre-release enclosure is to let them get used to what the wild is gonna be like before we actually release them. So for a couple weeks, we're just gonna have these guys in here. I'm gonna go to HEB and get a ton of food for these guys, but they should be ready to be released in 2 weeks. But that's it. All the squirrels are in here, and these guys are free to come and go as they please. And I also have all their paperwork and what they've been eating. I'm gonna go ahead and buy all these things so these guys can eat. Right after I herd these guys back into their enclosure, I'm gonna go ahead and set this fencing up tonight. That way the goats will stay off my front porch at night, and we can fence in the backyard away from this porch. Whatever's in that back paddock can go all the way back here into this shipping container. All right, everybody, went ahead and put all this food in here for these little fellas. They are not friendly at all, which is a good thing. These guys are pretty soon about ready to be released. But now they have all this stuff. The only thing I need to add to this is pecans, but they have lots of apples, cracked corn, sunflowers, kale, veggies. I'll add some squash, pecans, and carrots to the mix pretty soon. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Urban Rescue Branch. I am returning from a wedding, and I'm picking up an egret. A woman found an egret, and I'm going to take it off her hands. I just found her house. Somehow an egret wound up on this woman's front yard and was getting attacked by one of her cats. A snowy egret, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and put him back in the marsh bird enclosure. Oh my goodness, look how precious this is. Good evening, everybody. I'm here with Patrick in the ostrich enclosure because he won't leave me alone. But I just saw Homelander here get kicked by this big muscle mommy. I'm going to move her away temporarily until she's a little bit bigger. Come on, Homelander. Let's go. Get out of here. There's a door right here. Come on. Homelander is still the only ostrich that'll just let me push him around like this. And I can't go to bed without having a little spa with the baby. Okay, so this is how you actually fight a kangaroo, guys. Take a look at this. I'm using the bad camera. This is 1080. It's not very good low light, but this is all you need to see. Come on, get in here a little closer. It's not dangerous. Stop acting like you're scared. Come on. All you have to do is just grab their little hands. If you don't want them to scratch you, just grab their hands like this and give them a little kiss. Ooh. Oh, he kicked me right in the chest there. Do you see that? Oh, got me in the face. Well, I told you guys, it doesn't really hurt.
After that, if you're a true Sigma male, you just stare them in the eyes and eventually he'll secede.
And just like that, he gave up, you guys. Oh, that sure didn't feel good. Oh, and there's his wife. Don't mind if I do. Oh, no. And as you can see, we only have a few little cuts, all right? From now on, I'm going to be wearing long sleeves, and that's not even going to be a problem. Look at Biggerton sleeping with Master Oogway. This is one of the most precious things I've ever seen. These two fellas just cuddling together for warmth. All right, guys, it's the following day, and yes, I'm wearing a beanie. Get over it. I've got DaBaby and his wife in this open paddock here with all of this space. And would you believe it, you guys? Some nice folks want to adopt Remington just in time for Thanksgiving. It sure does my heart good to know that there's kind people out there that want to adopt my animals before the holiday season. Isn't that right, DaBaby? And DaBaby doesn't care about fighting during the day. He just wants to lay around and be goober. Uh-oh, DaBaby, time for your phantom tax. Pay up. See, guys, I still keep up with the memes. Like this video for a free PlayStation Portable. Now, if you don't mind me, guys, I'm going to riz up DaBaby so he can show me his giat. Now, how's about you put this little Bucky's hat on, Homelander? How's about you put this little Bucky's hat on? Oh. But all these fellas are happy and healthy, and they're really enjoying all this nice new grass that we put in here. And it would seem that our friend Kevin is evil again, you guys. Look at this. It's like he's thinking about biting me, but he's not quite sure if he wants to. Oh, okay, there it is. There you go, guys. Kevin is still evil, just not as evil. And that bite was hardly even a bleeder. I have the goats in here until the concrete for the HVAC dries. And the snowy egret is doing very well. But in a moment, I will be filling this bowl with water and fish so that he can eat and regain his strength. I think he may just have a bit of angel wing. But tomorrow morning, I'll be taking him to All Things Wild, because they have an x-ray machine and we don't. If he does have a broken wing, we'll have to euthanize him. Or we might be able to give him to Cameron Park Zoo if we're lucky. In the next video, we'll be bringing these cappies inside and giving them some pumpkin. And these guys are now safe to be outside for another few days. But that's it for now, you guys. I love you, I appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next video. Oh, almost forgot to tell you. Woo-hoo!